welcome back to Variety Coffee. We're officially on episode 1. Oh, there's Audie. Wow, dude. Our first episode 0, it got a lot of feedback.
Yeah,
we got some good stuff. A lot of people loved it.
Some good stuff, some bad. Wait, we said the bad stuff.
Wait, who said bad stuff?
I'm just kidding. Well, there was it wasn't bad. It was just constructive criticism.
Yeah, that's always so good. Anyways, we have our coffee. We're going to talk about variety topics and drink our coffee. We made our coffee today. We actually didn't end up going to go get it.
We're poor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we made our coffee. We have iced coffee. Mm-hmm. You hear that?
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Well, officially episode 1. We're back. Me being Navi, and then we got lovely Audie.
Hello.
And today, what are we gonna talk about? What are we gonna talk about, Audie?
Sorry, I choked on my saliva. Today we are gonna talk about the COVID, the Rona, the 19,
Corona 19.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not lost.
No.
Such a topic. We figured this would be the best first topic, especially just because it's been kind of the hype last year.
God, why are you so popular, Rona?
She popped off.
She did.
She's up there.
She was number 1 on Twitter for a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely over Kim K and Kanye's divorce. Anyways,
and what happened with them and Jeffree Star?
Yeah, I don't even want to get
whole
into
drama.
That. It's just
that was funny.
I just marriage. It's funny. Anyways, COVID-19. How are things for you in COVID-19, Audie? How do you feel being in quarantine and just all this mask regulations? It's all new.
I hate it. Let me just tell you, I miss the world before. It made me, I'm not gonna lie, I went through a little bit of a depressive episode.
I feel like a lot of Americans did.
Yeah, the rates for depression and anxiety went through the roof with the whole COVID thing. And I don't want to get about numbers or whatever, but
we don't want the statistical factor.
Yeah,
here.
no. I know that a lot of people have been struggling with being alone and just they got sad and whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, I was alone for a little bit because my family they had to go to work. Because
your parents were still working.
Yeah,
right?
and they're still working still. And my brother. Yeah. They're all at work, so typically
And then you were looking for a job, and it just made 10 times harder to find a job with quarantine and the being in our state with just a lot of rules and stuff like that.
Yeah. Mm. I mean, we went on lockdown for 2 weeks again, hoping that things would get better. Didn't that happen?
So yeah, let's talk about lockdown real quick. Cause do you remember your last day of junior year? Cause you were junior.
Oh my God. So you want to go when it all first started? I could tell you the day.
No, I want to go into it because I was a senior during this time of changes and
beginning.
Yeah, it was my last semester of being a senior. So yeah, I'm that class of 2020.
Yeah.
That's me. I graduated in that class. But you know what? That's okay. I'm okay. At least I did it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I remember the last day of school and being a little bit sad. Mm-hmm. I never thought I would want to go to school.
Right.
And I guess so basically what happened, I don't remember the day. I think it was a Friday. Actually, no, I think I want to say it was Friday the 13th because I remember everyone's Friday the 13th is cursed.
Right.
And then that's the day that I went to school, and I remember the school was empty. People barely went because parents were going sicko mode, and they're like, my baby's not going to school.
My baby's not going to go to school, catch the Rona.
My mom being, working at the school, she's like, you're going to school. This might be your last day.
If I'm going, you're
going.
Yeah,
exactly. So I remember going to school, and I had 4 or 5 classes that day, and I went to my first period. It was cool, and then I went to my second period, which was government. Hated the class. Yeah, I will throw shade on that class every day of my life. Anyways, I went in that class, and it's government or econ at this point. It was econ because we switched.
Second semester.
Yeah, and he started playing the governor's speech.
Right.
about public schools, like what she wants to do. And so I remember we were just watching it, working on an assignment, and he was like, the teacher was just like, yeah, it's gonna shut down. And I'm like, what, are you serious? And then he's like, yeah, and the governor, she just doesn't like his publics, like he was like basically throwing shade on her,
right?
And like at that point I was like, okay, yeah, something like I think this may be the last day for like maybe a week, because we were like expecting
to like go back. It was spring break, actually. That's what I remember. It was spring break.
I don't remember. You're probably correct, but I just remember it was a Friday, and everyone was like 3-day weekend because my mom's scared, and I'm like, okay, cool,
right.
Anyways, so eventually, like, I leave that class, and they start. I don't know if we left early that day. No, I think I finished off that day. I think I went to all my classes, but all the teachers were like, well, this is like the last day I'll see you guys, so we're just not gonna do work. Like, we'll just watch a movie, or like we'll just watch the governor still speak. And like I remember every class, like I just basically hung out. And then
so you just did nothing the whole day.
Yeah, because all the teachers were like, I don't know, like, do I start a new lesson? Like, I don't know. Like,
why am I gonna start a new lesson if you guys aren't even gonna be here on Monday?
Yeah. And so so that day that was happening, and then I think I ended up going home, and my parents were like, yeah, I don't think you guys are going back to school for like a week. And I was like, wait, what, really? She's like, yeah. My mom was like, but don't worry. Like, actually my family was like, but don't worry, like, it's your senior year, like they're not gonna take everything. They took everything away.
They took all the ending away, like they took away your graduation, the walk, like
the prom, everything, like
I wouldn't say everything. I would just say like everything at the end of the second semester.
Like everything in the second semester for sure. But yeah, no, I was like, no, they can't be shutting us.
They can't do that. They can't do that to us.
What is this, like Ebola? Like, come on, let's relax.
The Black Plague, whatever.
I know, it was worse. It's worse. I remember, and then we can go into. I mean, well, like, what was your last day? Do you remember your last day?
I remember. So it was my junior year, class of I'm class of 2021. Which fat rip in the chat.
Hashtag rip for Audie.
Rip for Audie.
Feels bad.
Yeah. I'll talk about that later. But so my last day of junior year, basically, what happened was I actually didn't even go to school. The last day I went to school was because it was parent-teacher conference. I went with my dad, and we were going to get our allergy shot, and like, because we have like bad allergies. But so we went to the school, we went to the parent-teacher conference, we talked with most of my teachers. And that day we spent most of the time talking to my forensics teacher. Like, she was a great teacher, I'm not going to lie, but she did not stop talking. And my dad, when we left, he's like, like in Spanish, but I'll just say it in English. He said, like, that teacher, she would not stop talking. I have other teachers to meet, woman. Yeah. Like, so we just ended up leaving after her. And then we went to go get our allergy shot. And then after that, I went to his office. I went to where he works, and I stayed with him the whole day. And then I went back home, and that day it was super sad because I had just got some new shoes. Okay, some nice red like cherry Converse, and
not
like
the new shoes.
Yeah, and like, when you get new shoes, you're like,
want to
I'm gonna go to school, and I'm gonna like show them off with my new outfit or whatever. Like, I'm gonna look the drip dog. Like, I was ready for it. But no, that was the last day I went out.
Corona said no.
Corona said that is the last day you are going to ever go out. Yeah. With the little finger.
It's the last day.
The last day, tapping on the table. Like, no more.
Nah.
And from that day on, I have been home ever since then, and I have not gone out. The only place is, Navi's house. But
yeah, we pretty much just hang out with each other. Pretty much all quarantine and COVID and stuff like that. The last days are just, I remember like coming home and I was like, 2020 is gonna be the year that you will, like, no one will forget. And then like you see those like TikToks where it's like us in 40 years, and then they're like learning it in their history books, like, Mom, Dad, didn't you live through 2020? And then like we all get PTSD and like
tweaking.
Yeah, that's that year.
Yeah. That was last year.
Yeah. And it's funny because like, so usually I've been to a lot of graduations, like graduation ceremonies, and
that's gonna be me one day.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, oh,
That's
I can't
cap.
wait, you know, with like the student body president making a 4-hour speech about Mr. V Hill, you know, whoever. Like they're just, you know, I was ready for that. I was excited for the most boring speech of my entire life.
Yeah, right.
And sorry, the light changed, the clouds over the sun. Anyways, yeah, so I was excited for that. I was like, why am I looking forward to that? And then like COVID was like, nah, sweetie, you're gonna get something different.
You're not gonna have that.
And yeah. And so I was like, man, like I remember being a little bit sad about it. I was just like, dang, like I miss seeing my friends at school.
Right.
And like it's just it was like it like hit us like 100 miles per hour. Like just like it switched. Like I remember most of the seniors were like, damn, like what do we do now?
Now what?
And I remember we
years.
honestly had like, because you know seniors end earlier than most of the other classes.
Right.
We had like 2 weeks left. It was really easy, online school, quick and easy. But I remember like thinking like, damn, like it's gonna change now. Like we weren't even expecting a prom. We weren't even expecting like a graduation ceremony. Like all of it was just changed.
Right.
And I remember like I can't even explain what I did every single day because now it's like a blur because I like hated it. I hated every moment of it. But I just remember like seeing like, because my mom was really sad that I wasn't getting the ceremony. She's like, Navi, if you don't get your ceremony, we will make you a ceremony.
I remember she was the most excited for you to graduate. Like
absolutely.
she was,
I mean, I'm
like,
her last baby. Like
she was hype.
Yeah, she was super like. I want to say like she was just like your average Karen mom who wanted the best for her baby.
Yeah.
Which I'm grateful for because she was trying to do everything in her power to make sure like I got the graduation I deserved and stuff.
Right.
And at the end of the day, we ended up, which I could explain what we did. So basically, we got an email or, you know, news that our graduation's going to be drive-through.
I was there.
Drive-through.
I was there. What is this, McDonald's?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then after that drive-through, we went to Taco Cabana and got food in the drive-through. So I just, you know, my graduation day was just drive-through.
We just spent the day in the car, honestly.
Yeah, I remember waking up I didn't even sleep that night, the day before.
I was here. I was sleeping over.
Yeah.
But the thing was, like, we decorated. Like, your mom was so excited. She decked out the whole car. Like, you had the 2020 balloons on the back. Mm-hmm. And then, like, all of us were in there. You, your brothers, me, your parents, like, the whole crew was in there.
The whole gang. We
were just like there to support you for your graduation. Like, and we got all ready, all nice and pretty, like how you would on a regular graduation day.
Minus the speeches. There's no speeches.
Exactly. We played the graduation music, and then when they called her name, you know, they gave her her diploma with the car.
They didn't even call my name. I just drove past her like, "What's your name?" I'm all, Navieska.
What's your name?
Here's your diploma, sweetie. Here you go. Have a good day. And I was like, what is this? My order number 2 at McDonald's? Like,
oh my God. Can I have a side of fries with the diploma, please?
Wait, you forgot my fries.
Ma'am, the ketchup, please.
Yeah, and I remember we drove through, and then it was windy that day. Which,
it's so windy.
Majority of here where we live, you know, in New Mexico, majority of the graduations that I've been to, majority of them are windy. They're so windy.
So in reality, it was a typical day.
And then we had to take the picture outside. And I remember coming out of my car, and my freaking robe was like, woof.
The girl was flying.
Yeah, and then I was like, I just smiled, and he's all, right there. You just smile right there. Photographer was like, you just stay right there and smile. And I was like, but the wind, and then he was like, just smile. And I was like,
can I at least make sure I look good? Like, dang.
Yeah, it was bad. And then I went up to a cop.
Yeah, she took a picture with a police officer.
I was like,
pretending
sir,
to get arrested.
I was like, can you do me the biggest favor? It's my graduation. You have to do it. Now I'm making you feel bad.
Yeah.
Can you pretend to arrest me? And he was like, but COVID. I was like, please, sir. It's my graduation day.
He was like, fine, but quick.
He's like, we have to do it quick.
The line. We can't hold up the line. And we're like, these just started directing people to pass us.
And so I took the lovely little picture with a cop pretending I was arrested. It was really funny.
I have that one.
Yeah. So that was my graduation. Though it wasn't like every other one, it's definitely one I'm going to remember and like tell my kids like.
Right.
Like personally, I always think about it. I'm like, our graduation's going to be the same. Like,
What do you mean?
right. So like my brother's having the same graduation, which you go to the stadium area, you take the speech, they call your name by name. But will it change over time? Like, do you think in 20 years they're still going to be doing that?
The stadium?
Yeah, like, you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty
with
sure,
COVID
like,
passing, obviously.
I mean, once it passes, I'm pretty sure they're still going to be doing like the whole
The
stadium
same
thing.
thing.
Yeah, the speeches or whatever. Like, honestly, I honestly believe that our graduation, we might not have a drive-through. Well, we might just pick up our diploma. I ordered my cap and gown already. I have ordered it. I've ordered like everything from like my senior year, my yearbook,
and
everything.
now 2021, they're like my school, they're planning to do like a small, very small ceremony in the football field.
No.
Yeah. No, well, because
No
they
bueno.
usually do it on like a really big stadium.
Yeah.
And
I mean, with all the families, like, same thing, though. If you're going to do it in a football field, like, expect families to be going with their child just because it's in a field. I don't know.
I don't know if they're going to do it as long. I feel like they're probably going to reduce the time. But we saw that. We were like, shake my head. Like, but I mean, at the same time, like, they obviously had a lot more time to plan that ceremony. With us, it was like, whoa.
Last minute.
Like, what do we do with our seniors?
Right.
And then it was like, okay, well, the next best thing is just drive through. I don't even want to talk about the drama like there was so much drama.
Really?
With our graduation. I mean, parents were just fighting like the district.
Oh yeah, I remember.
No,
like,
there's beef.
Parents emailing like
oh yeah,
the district. Like,
oh yeah,
my
like,
child deserves the graduation.
My child didn't get a yearbook, and it's like,
all right, Samantha, settle down. All your kid did was go to soccer practice. All he got was like a participation
there was so
award.
much drama, like parents complaining about staff not wearing masks. Like it was messy.
It was messy, yeah. And it was just the start of COVID.
Yeah.
Like, so I understand that, but
yeah, so
everything's a lot more controlled now, thank God.
Yeah, true. And I don't know, it's a whole different thing. I do want to talk about the aesthetic.
The aesthetic?
Hear me out.
Okay.
As soon as we hit quarantine, right?
Okay.
There's this aesthetic. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
You know what I'm. TikTok, bro.
When you say aesthetic, like,
dude,
I think of just dirty masks on the floor.
No.
I don't know what you mean, aesthetic.
Like, do you remember when we hit quarantine? I'm going to try to explain this the best way I can.
Okay.
When we hit quarantine, TikTok was the go-to.
Right.
I mean, because you're home, you're bored.
Everybody's on TikTok now.
Right.
Even the grandparents are.
Amen. And and so, like, when we hit quarantine, TikTok blew up. And what did we see on TikTok? We see, like, these dances. Like,
oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm a savage.
Yeah, that's the aesthetic. That's the aesthetic. I'm a savage. Classy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Do you know how many drafts I have of me and you?
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. We're never gonna bring those up. But there's like other songs, like that one by Beanie.
Beanie.
No, it's not Spider. What is it? I don't.
What is it called?
No, I'm not remembering it, but like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like, quarantine had an aesthetic, which is like you stay home, you make TikToks, you dance, and you post it, and then and then like graduation. It's just like, I don't even know how to explain the aesthetic, but there was a vibe change when quarantine COVID hit, because everyone was just home bored,
right?
And I mean, being a senior that time, it like I recalled the aesthetic. Because I won't forget it.
I don't know. I don't recall the aesthetic. I don't know.
I just don't know how to explain it. It was just like, it was just quirky. Like, that's the best way I could
quirky.
Yeah, it was weird. Like,
yeah,
TikTok was just the go-to. Like, if you didn't have TikTok, you were weird. Like,
yeah.
Because
like,
it's like,
have you seen this TikTok? No, but have you seen this Reels on Instagram? That's a TikTok.
Amen.
That's from TikTok.
Literally.
So
I don't know how to explain, because I wrote on my notes, I was like, I need to talk about the aesthetic, because it's like so hard to explain. But it's there.
I'm still trying to understand the aesthetic.
Okay, like, you're hitting springtime.
Okay.
We were hitting springtime,
right.
Summertime. It's like bright, but everyone's depressed because COVID, quarantine, you had to stay home.
Okay.
And it's just like, you had to be on TikTok. Like that's what quarantine was all about.
You were just on TikTok.
You were just on TikTok. And then unemployment was like part of that aesthetic.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and then
I think I get what
are you starting
mean.
to get
It's
what I
like,
mean? Like it was just it was the trend to do these
oh,
things during this time.
Yeah. So not the aesthetic, it's the trend.
Yeah, like I see it as aesthetic, right? But because like you see those TikToks where it's like we're in the 90s, like 90s aesthetic, which is just like dressing bright and like putting makeup on, like
right.
the music. That's aesthetic. And I'm thinking of this quarantine time as an aesthetic, like it's an era.
the quarantine aesthetic is a like your disgusting hair because
cringy.
You haven't showered. You like people who haven't shaved. Your disgusting pajamas you've been wearing for 2 weeks.
You're filing for unemployment.
Exactly.
Your online school.
Your Postmates food or Uber Eats, and
like you had to do all those things.
Oh, the missing the toilet paper.
Exactly.
The toilet paper.
It's part of the aesthetic.
There's Germex, the
it's all gone.
Everything. It's all gone.
Walmart is just being
the gloves, the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was thinking about that aesthetic, and I was like, that's just like we're gonna remember that.
Right.
Like we're gonna it's like in our history, like now. That's like that wasn't like a time that felt forever, right? It felt like a whole freaking decade.
Yeah.
But it's just the aesthetic of it is just so weird. Like
I get you.
And sometimes I hear those TikTok songs and it brings me back to that time.
Yeah. Like this was the beginning of quarantine. Like these were the songs that were
Super
playing.
Lonely. That's the song. Super Lonely.
Yeah.
That's the song that
I know exactly
as soon as I hear that song, it brings me back to my graduate. I'm like PTSDing over here. Like, oh my God, I remember TikTok blowing up with that song.
Right.
And it's just the aesthetic. I just can't even explain. Like
I think I understand. I understand what you mean now. Yeah. But what did you do though? Like aside right after you graduated, like what happened to you? Like what were you doing during quarantine?
The aesthetic.
You were just TikTok dancing.
I was on TikTok. I was trying to be in my summer mood. I was tanning.
Oh, I remember that. You're like, it's time to get tan.
It's time to tan, but I'm not even gonna like go out and show off my tan. Yeah.
Who's gonna?
So I was tanning. I think I was working out. I that's also part of the aesthetic. Working
it's
out.
Time to get in shape,
everyone's
ladies
like,
and
everyone's
gents.
like, now's the time to work out and like get in shape. Because
everybody's
we're all in
into
quarantine,
right?
Right. All gyms were closed, but
I still see videos on Instagram that are like, you want to get into your workout routine for quarantine because your crush is gonna see you after blah 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 blah. This
like we're getting towards the end, everybody.
No, we're not. Like we're not. I still think we're at the same rate as we were. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like I don't see things getting any better. Like here, where we are.
They're planning on opening up restaurants.
That shouldn't. Also, they're planning on opening back up schools, and teachers haven't even gotten their vaccine, dude. Like this is complete bullcrap. Honestly,
my mom works at the school, and she had an appointment, and they just canceled it. And they're like, oh yeah, by the way, sorry we didn't get you your vaccine. School's opening up in 2 weeks. Be ready. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like
I was in class with so I'm still a senior right now. I'm still in school and I'm doing everything online, and I was talking with one of my English teachers, and she is at a very, very high risk to get COVID. She can get like her doctors had told her, like she told this to me, that her doctors told her if she got COVID she would not survive whatsoever because of the amount of sicknesses that she like her health
immune system's really weak.
Exactly. She has the immune system of like
a baby.
Like I think honestly babies can like take it better than she can, honestly. And she was like, how are they going to open back schools and if we haven't even gotten our vaccine? Like am I just a number to the school system or something? Like I have a family to take care of. She's a grandmother. She has grandchildren and like so she can die if she has it. And like but she was telling me, she's like, do I want to live or do I want to go to work, which is going to help me live because that's her only source of income. And she didn't tell me if her husband works or anything, but like I was literally talking to her like as if she wasn't even a teacher. Like she was telling me like this is real. Like you can't open up the schools if we are at such a high risk for this. Like and I don't mean to get into like really deep into that politics or whatever.
Politics of it,
yeah. But this is a family. Like,
yeah,
there are families out there like who are at a very high risk for COVID, and the fact that you want to send them back to work without like a vaccine, without help to help them or something.
I don't even understand the reason why they canceled it.
The vaccine?
Yeah, my mom's like, they just canceled. And I was like, but why? She's like, I don't know. And I was like,
they didn't tell her. Yeah, like,
so they still plan sending y'all? And then she's like, yeah, I guess. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
The thing is, my mom doesn't work near kids a lot. Like, she's in this book room area.
Right.
And not a lot of kids go in there. Mostly it's teachers who go in there and ask her for stuff. But yeah, no, I understand that. Like, I remember I follow some of my old teachers. And then, like, I worked for a teacher. I was interning for a teacher. She posted. She was like, I have anxiety now because I didn't even get my vaccine, and now they're sending me back to work. And she's like, I think she's like second, third grade, and she's like, I don't.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
They're disgusting.
Right? Like, they don't even, And I remember, okay, so it's actually going back to my last week of like,
right.
So I was interning for this teacher. The
third. Oh, it was yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I was in the third grade classroom. I would go I don't remember the days, but I would go and I would spend time with them. I'd hug them. I'd talk to them and stuff, and like. I remember going that last day. It was that Friday. I remember going after school, and I talked to that teacher because we were good friends, and she was like, "They don't know what's going on." Like, she was like, she felt so bad. She was like, "Yeah, like the news. Like, I'm kind of trying to like slowly update them. I have like their parents calling me, telling them like, are they okay? Like, is any of them sick?
Right.
And then I was just like, oh really? And she's like, yeah, like they're just completely confused.
And they're still touching each other.
Eventually she like looked at me and she's like, look, I feel like things are like getting worse. She's like, you don't have to stay here. Like, we're just having a free day right now because it was a Friday.
Right.
And I was like, okay. And so she was like, I'll distract him. You leave. And I was like, well, okay, well, I guess I'll try to, maybe I'll see you next week. She's like, yeah, well, I think next week maybe you'll come. Because we didn't know.
Maybe not.
I leave. I didn't even say bye to these kids.
They're like, Miss Nobby.
Yeah. I didn't say bye to them, and I left, and then I never saw them. And then the crazy thing is, like, she ended up celebrating my graduation with me. Like, she came and brought me like a basket of stuff because she was like she felt bad.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And yeah, like her and I are good friends, and so like she was like, yeah, like, I'm sorry you never got to say bye to them. And I was like, I mean, we both didn't, like, we all didn't expect it. Like,
I don't think anybody did. So.
Yeah, and I know a lot of those kids had a weird attachment with me, but like it was like it was a cute weird, like, I understand they're third graders.
Yeah,
but like I remember being a little sad about that.
They just see you as like this big girl, and they're like, oh, like a role model, a new role model. But
yeah, it was so sad. I was
she
like,
snuck
I'm so
out,
sorry.
never said bye.
I felt so bad, and she was like, well, I mean, like, and the kids, they're so used to being on top of you, hugging you.
Right.
Like, as soon as I walked in the class, like 2-3 of them would
don't touch me.
They would run towards me and then like not let go of me, and then the teacher would like the teacher I was working
like
with
sweating.
She was like, kids, please, like, let her breathe. And I was like, oh, it's fine, like, whatever. Yeah, but it was really sad, and I remember that was also part of my last day that I forgot, but now I remember.
Yeah,
but yeah, like, I feel bad for the teachers. I do. And I'm like,
goodness,
that's tough.
Yeah, so I don't want to be that Karen girl, but I want to send like an email to like the student to the board, actually, not the student, the board, and I want to, like, I guess tell them what I think as a student, and like hopefully they would read it or something.
I feel like not a lot of parents would let their kids go back.
No, and I don't even, like, if my parents ask me, because they asked me, they're like, they got an email saying like, if you had the chance to go back, would you? And I was like, automatically, I was like, yes. Like, I want to go because it's my senior year, and the fact that I had to start at home on a computer, and I have to finish at home on a computer, it sucks. It really does. But do I want, and my parents tell me this like all the time, do I rather want to live the rest of my life or enjoy this one last year at school and then die? So
do you want to die, Audie?
They're like, chance. This is a life or death situation. Like,
die.
Or die. Yeah, because you can,
don't chill.
Like, the thing is I, for a short amount of time, okay, so I'm going to go to my junior year. So
Okay.
the first semester at the end, I got sick about 4 times. So my immune system was so weak. I would get sick from the littlest things, and I would be at the nurse's office most of the time. Like, and I have so many pictures of me just laying there waiting to get picked up because I felt awful.
Right.
I felt atrocious. I had fever. I had a sore throat. I was sick, like really sick. And like during that time, like COVID was known, but it hadn't reached the United States yet. So, you know, I would go home here and there. And then second semester, I was finally starting to get better, and my immune system probably wasn't as good as it used to be, but it was still a little weak. So if I had gotten COVID, imagine what would have happened to me. I would have gone to the hospital because my immune system was really weak. I had gotten sick like 5 times within 1 month.
Damn.
In the first semester. So imagine me getting COVID. It would have been awful. Like, even though I'm young, like my immune system probably wasn't as strong as it should have been.
Well, you know, like everyone deals with COVID differently. I've been realizing that because like I just got news that one of our family friends' kids has COVID.
Oh, all right.
And the only thing he's missing is, I guess he just like can't smell stuff.
Oh.
But he's fine.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's not like throwing up or like whatever the other symptoms are. I can't remember them. But
did he get tested or?
He got tested twice negative, and then the third time at his work, it came out positive.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, that's interesting that and my parents were like, I guess kids just like deal with it differently because like, you know, you see these like elders or adults like going straight to the hospital
to the emergency room, right?
It's everyone's different, like how they intake it, you know what I mean?
And I thought about that. I was like, because maybe I would have been fine, but I'd rather not find out. I'd rather just avoid it completely because like I don't know.
Find out. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, let's just get it. Let's just go and get it.
No, I'm just kidding.
But I don't know how my body would have taken COVID, knowing that I had been sick for the past like few months. So I don't know. It's thinking about it. I just wanted to know at the same time, like, would I have gone to the hospital or would I have just like, oh, it's like a little cold and I could just stay in bed?
Yeah.
Because there are some people who just like stay home and like, oh, they're fine. Like they have COVID, but they're not as bad as how other people are, you know, like they're not like near death.
Yeah.
So not yet. But yeah, like
I understand what you're saying. Everyone just takes it indifferently.
Right.
But you asked me what I did during quarantine, and I said the aesthetic.
Yeah,
because TikTok. I was part of that aesthetic.
Right.
What did you do during
quarantine? What did I do? Let me tell you what I did. Okay. So I think, was it this year I started the Vampire Diaries with you?
No, it was 2020. Yeah, it was 2020.
Yeah, like, or
I remember I was like, Audie,
2020.
we got all the time in the world now.
Yeah,
it's 8 seasons. You're good.
It was during the summer too. I think it was right at the start. So basically, I spent summer quarantine at home watching a lot of shows. And at first, I was really lazy, and then I realized I was like, well, throughout this time, you know, I might as well start working out, get in shape or whatever. And I did. I was grinding. Like,
I remember that.
And I would do yoga.
The aesthetic.
The aesthetic. Yeah. But I wouldn't post on TikTok. I would just, what did I do? I would just watch TikToks. I was obsessed with all
I remember the summer being really hot. Like, I remember that summer was like super hot.
It was super hot. Holy moly.
I remember like just wearing like shorts and a t-shirt, and I was like, that's again aesthetic. Like if I wear that outfit, I think about my time in quarantine because that's all I did. I wore that because it was so hot. It was so freaking hot. Oh my
god. Yeah, I remember. You know, actually, I remember the reason why it wasn't as hot as usual for me is because I had cut my hair. I'd cut it to my shoulders. Right above my shoulders, so it was super short, and it was really nice because it wasn't as hot. But like, what I would do is I would work out, so that's what made it hot for me. Like, but I remember it was super hot, and I was working out. I was watching the Vampire Diaries. I was what else did I do? Took care of my dogs. I got a new dog because
hang out with me.
Yeah,
That's it.
Skylar had just given birth to puppies, so I was taking care of puppies.
Yeah. That's true.
So
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. No, it's just quarantine. It's just a vibe. Like it's not. I'm not saying it's a good vibe. It's just like when the word quarantine, like, hey, do you remember quarantine 2020?
Right.
Instantly, my brain goes into this like epic montage of the aesthetic of it, and I'm like, like it's just.
Nami has like PTSD from this. I'm still like,
I was ending my grade school, okay?
Right.
I was ending all the years I worked for, 12 years, and then it's like, well, now I'm entering kind of like a young adult mode,
right?
And I was like, getting ready for college and stuff. I started college.
You're at, yeah.
It was just that, okay. And I was gonna say this is that I remember 2019.
Right.
We were like 2020 is our year, and this is why. I mean, my parents are reaching 25 years, right? They reached that
their anniversary.
I think my brother Josiah turned 21. We're like, hell yeah, get lit. And then and then I was graduating, and then like my parents wanted to like go to New York because they wanted to like travel
2020
more.
was the year.
We made it our year, and I remember saying like, yeah, this is the year, and then it just. I mean, that year was just crazy. Like it was.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And so that's why like when I think of when people are like, oh yeah, like 2020 is wild. I just think of like from January to December everything. Like it's just like this aesthetic,
this nice timeline just plays through your head.
This weird, like it feels like I don't even know how to explain it. The word, it's just I can't find it, but it's such a weird thing to think about that like we went through that. People were like, the world's gonna end, like, and I'm over here like.
The Lord is coming.
I guess I remember 2020. I was like, can we just skip to 2021? I was like, it's like March. I was like, can we just skip now? Like I don't even want to like go through this year. We went through it anyways.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a weird thing to think about that like that's definitely a year I'm planning on telling my kids.
2020.
Absolutely.
I will not be telling my kids.
Like, like those, the grandkids that are like, or the grandparents that are like, oh yes.
Back in my day.
1958, yes. And then me, yes. It's like, yes, 2020.
2020.
We don't even
quarantine. No, like, I honestly don't think I would tell my kids about 2020 because of how messy it was. If there's anything I recall from Corona quarantine is that Jeffree Star and Kanye West had an affair behind Kim K's back. And that's it. That's all I'm telling my kids. Nothing else happened.
That's 2021. That was 2021.
Well, they're both the same year to me. We still haven't gone to 2021.
All of a sudden they blurred together.
2021 was supposed to be a new year. We were supposed to start fresh, but no.
No, yeah. 2021's not going so
We're
great
still in 2020
in
my head. We're still in 2020.
Yeah, it feels the same year.
Right now we're just in December 60th.
What?
December 60th.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like we're still going continuing.
We're still in 2020, December 60th.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be the 61st.
Yeah.
I'm not telling them.
No. They're just 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years merged into one.
Exactly. 2020.
So for this podcast, we want to do a question of the day. I think it just like helps with other people. Like we want other people to like the listeners more, to like answer this question, if you guys want. But like also just it helps us like talk about it, and I feel like it's just I don't know, it's a good icebreaker, even though we've been here for 40 minutes. Yeah. So the question of the day we decided for today is, what is one thing you miss before COVID?
Oh my gosh.
I remember COVID was a meme. I remember it was like, Corona time. And I was like, wait a minute. Are we joking about a sickness here? And then like it blew up and now we hate it.
There's a song actually that
it still is a meme.
I mean, yes, it is. There's a song that said, I mean, it's in Spanish, but it's saying quarantine is over. But it goes, Se acabó la cuarentena,
No.
But you don't know that song?
No, I'm saying no, it's not over.
It's not over. They made the song way before. Like, it's not even over. But we know we're going to play that once it's over.
Oh, yeah.
Se acabó la
when things die,
cuarentena.
like, that's the thing is, like, I don't think COVID's going to, like one day we're just going to wake up. It's like, it's all gone.
It's all gone. Yeah.
I think it'll obviously like die down
slowly.
And I feel like all of America will just know. it's
Yeah.
over. You know, like we'll just be like, okay, I think this time has already passed.
Yeah, the day I take off my mask when going to Walmart is the day I will be bumping
I will believe it's
to
over.
se acabó la cuarentena.
Yeah.
Like quarantine is over.
Yeah.
That's the day.
So what is one thing that you miss before quarantine?
Oh my
Before it all.
goodness.
Before everything.
The movie theaters.
I was gonna say that.
Miss going to the movie theater so bad because my parents and I, okay, so
Let's hear it.
we would go to this IMAX theater where you can sit in these chairs that like recline, and it's nice because we would order our tickets online and you can pick your seating, and we would get the nicest spot all the time. It was every Tuesday because it was like half off or
It was like
something.
a deal, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just my parents, my brother, and I, and we would go. And there was this Dollar Tree right next to the movie theaters. And I really hope that no person who works at a movie theater, or
I feel like the people who work at a movie theater are like, yeah.
they know.
No,
the people at the Dollar Tree knew. They knew every time I went. They're like, "What movie are you gonna watch?" Like we didn't even tell them. They're like, "What are you gonna watch?" I'm gonna see Spider-Man.
The new Spider-Man came out. You heard of it?
Yeah, and so what I would do, I would take this really old bag that I have, it's brown, and I would sneak in snacks. I would sneak in gummies, specifically these Haribo gummy bears, because after eating popcorn for so long, like
You want something sweet.
yeah, and I wanted something sweet, like I would munch on Haribo gummy bears, and I would take my parents like a chocolate bar or something, and I would just have it in my purse with like a drink or something in there. And we would watch this movie, and it was just so nice. Like the nicest
It's an
feeling.
aesthetic, right?
Yeah. But like the thing was, it was always like after my parents get out of work, get ready to go to the movie theaters.
It's a tradition you guys did.
Like,
yeah.
and I would come back from school, I'd be tired, I'd have homework, and I would do it while I wait for my parents to get home from work, and we would go to the theaters and just like we would go like watch a really nice movie and just come home, and in the car we would talk about it, like criticize the movie whether we liked it or not, or if we would watch it again, and we would just talk about it. It was honestly one of the best things ever. And that time I would honestly spend the whole day with my family, and it was just really nice.
Yeah.
So that's honestly one of the things I miss most
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
COVID.
Because honestly, like living in New Mexico, that's like the only thing you could really go and do is going to the theaters.
Yeah.
Like there are some things you can do, like going theme parks and stuff like that, or like the mall, or but
go
like
walking in
movie
uphill or
theaters. It's
whatever.
like it's just a lot more like it's an easy hangout. And
Right.
and I was gonna say that too. One thing I do miss is movie theater. Like you just kind of get this feeling like, oh man, I just could really go for a movie theater right now, like a movie theater vibe.
Yeah.
And I remember like one thing I miss specifically about movie theaters is like going to go watch the new superhero or Star Wars movie that came out with my brothers and you and your brother. Just like planning it, going to the movie theaters, sneaking in snacks, getting popcorn, and then watching the superhero movie or Star Wars movie, because it's either one, with my brothers, and then we would drive home and just be like, I didn't like that.
I didn't like it. Yeah,
it's okay. Like
just criticizing
that
it.
part,
like yeah,
that part gave me chills. Like, oh, that part was so sick. Just talking about it, because like when you're watching it at home, like it's different.
Yeah,
like
it's.
Yeah,
I feel like I could fall asleep because I'm comfy. I'm in my bed.
But
when you're at a movie theater and
it's like you get to dress nice, but it's dark.
It's dark. Yeah, like, but the thing is like at the recliner theaters. Oh my goodness, the feeling it gave me, that feeling of just sitting back and watching this movie, and the screen was ginormous. Ginormous.
Yeah. Well, do you remember the last movie you went to go watch in a movie theater? I remember mine.
What was yours? Yours was.
I think I remember the last one that I went. The last time I went to a movie theater, I went after work,
right,
with my brother and his friends, and we watched. What was it? Bad Boys? Do you remember just that? I think it was like Good Boys, Bad Boys. It was like these little kids who like do mischief and stuff like that. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like that was the last time I went. We went to the mall movie theater and watched, I think it was Good Boys or Bad Boys. It was like these little like preteen kids.
It was Good Boys.
It was Good Boys, yeah. And they just went around doing like mischief. It was really funny. It was a comedic, rated R, because it was really inappropriate.
Oh, I remember the trailer for that one. I remember that. Yeah.
They were like smoking stuff in the. It was just rated R. It was a good movie. It made me laugh, but I think that was the last time I stepped foot in a theater. It was right after work. I just went straight to them and watched it with the friends. It was. I think that was the last time.
I think. What was the last one for us? I think my last movie the last movie I saw at a movie theater was, it had to be either a Star Wars movie or what else? Because usually my family, we watch action movies. We don't really like
comedy movies.
I mean, we do, but like it's if we go to watch anything, it's mostly gonna be like an action.
That's the same way with my parents.
You know, we might have just watched a John Wick movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with New Reeves. I think that's what we watched. I remember that one. Yeah. That one was really good, actually. That or a Spider-Man movie. I think it's been so long, I can't even remember.
I think that's my last, but honestly, there's a chance I may be wrong. But I think that's the last time. I think it is. And it was like a last minute plan. Like they visit me at my work and they were like, "Hey, we're going to go watch a movie. You want to come?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. I'll just go." And that was the last time. And
that was last.
Yeah, like I do miss it though. Again, like I said, it's just like going to a movie theater with your friends, your family, whatever. It's just like it's a whole vibe. It's fun. It's exciting. You even get ready for like it to be just dark and you just watch a movie. And like going either to go out to eat before or after with a group of friends. Like it's so much fun.
You know, I wanted to do this so bad. I wanted to go, I don't know with who. But what I wanted to do was get Chick-fil-A. And because I am so good at sneaking in snacks, I am an absolute pro. You can ask Navi.
She is. It's mesmerizing.
I could take 2 Arizonas, 2 bags of chips, some candies. I'm pretty sure, like, if you just give me a Chick-fil-A meal, I can sneak it in somehow. Like, I will figure it out. And
one day, like, when movie theaters open up, we need to do that baby carriage. Like, or not the carriage, but like the baby thing. And you like stuff your snacks and like.
You know, I just thought about like making myself look pregnant.
Yeah. Or like getting that like foam dome and you put it on your stomach and like snack. Yeah.
I could do that.
I mean, that was
meal.
That was all on TikTok and like you can't do it
because you can't do it anymore because of Corona.
Now you can rent out theaters.
Yeah, I heard, but that's so expensive.
It's like $100 like
for a group.
I think for a group of like 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, that just sounds lame. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's I want to say it's lame, but at the same time, it's like, but I guess if you're missing the movie theater aspect of it, the aesthetic of being in the movie theater, like then it's not lame. But
with the whole Corona stuff and like the movie theaters closing, they opened a drive-in theater.
Really?
They did, and I don't know if you like. I was gonna invite you to like go to one.
Let's go tonight.
I would be down actually, but like.
Sorry. I'm just gonna say the closest thing to a drive-in theater I've been through. It was like walk to the park, and these people would set up this big screen, and then put these really shitty movies on, like family-friendly shitty movies.
Oh,
and
God.
you would go and like get your blanket and sit down and watch these movies, and like, I mean, like the only good movie I've seen in those is like the park right here in my house.
Yeah,
it was E.T. And I didn't even watch the whole thing because I was in middle school and I didn't care. Like I would just I just hang out with my friends.
Right.
But that's like the closest drive-in theater.
No, but like I want the drive-in theater experience. Like we go get food, we go to the drive-in theater, we like watch the movie in the car. But like like you would a drive-in theater, of course.
We should go.
But like
I want to go now.
I don't want to go in like a mom car or anything. I want something with like a big windshield so everybody could see it. How do the people in the back see it? That's my question. They don't.
I don't think people go in like groups and hang out in one car. I think they go like in a truck in the trunk.
Yeah, I thought about like doing like making the back of a truck bed like all comfy. But like it wasn't cold when it first started.
Yeah.
So true. that's what I wanted to do, like really bad, because I just missed the movie theaters, and
that's as close as we can get.
Yeah, and they were playing actually a really good movie. I think they were playing a Spider-Man movie. They were playing some Avenger movies. I forgot what else, but they were playing some really good ones. And I really wanted to go like So
I wonder how
bad.
much it is, like, just to enter and, like,
You know, if
is it per car? Is it per person? Like, what is it?
what if I just hide people and I just pay for myself? Park, and then like you see like a whole group of
You see a whole-
Mexicans come out of the car.
The trunk just
It's like
opens
a
up.
clown car. Yeah, you see everybody coming out.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I would
I'm
do
down.
it.
Yeah, so that's definitely one thing I would say I miss is movie theaters. I'm with you on that one.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
miss that so much.
I don't know what else. Like, well, there's really nothing else because, like, New Mexico, you just can't do anything. Like, it's just.
I mean, I also miss dining in.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say,
Restaurants.
like, the restaurants,
Yeah,
dining and, like, ordering and stuff.
I miss that. And then like walking around the mall without having to freak out that there's so many people there. Because I had gone to the mall a while, not too long ago, and there were so many people there, and I like got super anxious because I was like, oh, like the corona, don't get close to me.
Yeah.
But like it made me anxious knowing that there was so many people there, and I just wanted to leave. And we went to Walmart. Like I miss the fact to go out and just like normal without having to freak out thinking like, oh, there's so many people here, oh, like my mask, or don't touch this because it could be dirty, have like infect,
It's
like something.
Yeah, when it was introduced, like, automatically everybody just got paranoid. Like I remember my mom telling me, like, don't touch everything.
Oh my
Like,
gosh, yes.
let's avoid touch. And then, like, God, my mom just like, as soon as I come home, did you wash your hands?
Yeah,
Or even when I'm like washing my hands in front of her, she's like, did you wash your hands? And I'm like,
I'm
yeah.
washing. Do you not hear
It's
the
just
sink
like
running?
these are just things, like, obviously naturally people are now starting to get used to, and even
Right.
still people struggle with it. Like, I see people, they're like, oh, my mask, and you're like, well, yeah, like, not having your mask, like, it's just something new. You have to
Yeah.
build up a new habit,
I touch everything though.
I know
the
you
thing.
do.
Yeah, like I'm a little kid. When I go to the store, I
Wow.
want to look and touch everything.
Yeah, you do.
So that habit of like not touching anything, that was so hard for me. Like I would literally like be touching something and my mom would yell at me. She'd be like, Addie, like, don't be touching that. Like,
yeah.
Corona. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like I have to touch it
Yeah.
because if I don't, it will bother me. But like after touching stuff now, my hands feel dirty. The amount of times
Yeah.
I wash my nails, like, or not my nails, my
I was
hands.
like, your nails.
Like,
I
sorry.
get what you mean.
Like, the amount of times I have to wash my hands, like my nail polish gets ruined and stuff, and like, oh man, I just did my nails.
my
But, like,
hands get dry.
yeah, my
Like,
hands are
dry,
crusty. I have
Yeah.
like old woman hands. Like,
Sorry, mom.
sorry.
Yeah,
But
no, I
they're
agree
ashy.
with you on that one for sure. So, yeah, COVID-19. Love to see it every day of my life.
I don't.
But that's gonna probably be the conclusion of our podcast episode 1. Please keep in mind of our question of the day. What do you miss before COVID? Maybe something we missed. Maybe something in whatever state you're listening, or town or country, whatever.
Do you miss something that
Yeah.
we didn't mention?
Yeah, and leave it in the comments on the YouTube video. If you're listening on Spotify, please keep up with us because we're going to keep doing this every single Saturday. Thanks, guys, so much for listening, and we'll see you soon.
Have a good day. Drink your coffee.